What's up? This is Jat T. Jones, and today we're talking about responsibility. In this episode of How to Be a Real Man, I'm going to tell you about responsibility because responsibility is huge. Huge part of being a man. What a man does is he takes responsibility. What does that mean exactly? That means he doesn't wait there and see, what responsibility is going to be given to me? No. He steps up and says, I am taking responsibility for others. I choose to take responsibility for my family. For example, I choose to take responsibility to help men understand women better. I've taken it upon myself to take responsibility to help you. All right? I've taken that on my shoulders. Nobody asked me to, I'm doing it. All right? So a man takes responsibility for his life and for those around him. He is there to protect, to provide, to help, to give. All right? So I'll just give you an example of me. When I'm thinking about my family, I'm not thinking, oh, dude, I hope my mom gets a good job because I don't want to have to worry about giving her money. I don't think that. I think, oh man, come on, work hard, do your best so you can support her so she doesn't have to worry about the bills. So not only does she not have to worry about the bills, but she can live a lavish, comfortable lifestyle where she's happy. I take responsibility for her. All right? I want to provide for her. Same thing with my family when I get married or whatever I want to do. Well, I want to provide. I want to help out my friends who maybe life isn't working out for them, or they're in circumstances where they can't really help themselves because they're in a country that, there's not really any opportunity. Well, maybe I can go and send that, hook them up with a business so they can work and make money and provide for his family. All right? Nobody's asking me to do this stuff. This is stuff I want to do. Right? So same with you. What responsibility have you taken upon yourself? What responsibility do you have to others? What are you sitting there and striving for in order to give to other people? Do you want to help some poor kids in Africa? Do you want to help save some poor kids who are crawling in the garbage with their moms, looking for little scraps of metal so they can fill up 2 huge garbage bags so they can go exchange it for 50 cents a day? Do you want to help those people? Do you want to help the poor African teenager guy who's working in mines underground because his uncle sold him into slavery because his uncle had a debt of like $80 and now his nephew has to work probably for the rest of his life and not be able to repay that debt and he'll die working? Do you want to help those people? What are you here? There's a saying, it says much is given, much is required. All right? Much is given, much is required. Much has been given to us. All right? For most of us watching, 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes. I can hear, I can talk. I live in Canada or US or UK or Australia or Sweden or Germany, Japan, India. I have the ability to watch. I have the luxury of having an electronic device in which I watch videos on. I have the luxury of time to do that. I have disposable income. So much has been given us. We forget that most of the world is broke and poor and just dealt a bad card in life, man. And they can work as hard as they want and they can dream as hard as they want, but they will never get out of their poverty. Not unless someone from the outside world helps them. Much is given, much is required. Much has been given to you, my friend. A lot. Look at everything you have. You have a healthy body. You live in a country where you can do basically anything you want. You have disposable income. You have a place where there's unlimited opportunity, where if you put your mind to it and work as hard as you want, then you will get wealth and you will get abundance and all the rest of that stuff. What are you going to do with this gift? It wasn't here for you. All right? I was not put here in Canada for myself. I was put here with all these gifts to give them, to help other people as best as I can, as much as I can. All right? So same with you, man. What are you here to do? What are you here to give? That is the responsibility. You need to wake up and think for yourself. Why am I here? How can I serve? How can I give? How can I help those less fortunate than me? That's what a true man does. A true man takes responsibility because he recognizes the gifts that he has and he honors them. He's grateful for them. And he uses them to the best of his ability to give as much as he can possibly give in his lifetime. All right? So a real man takes responsibility for the well-being of others. He does not wait for responsibility to be cast on him, but rather he goes out and he looks around and he chooses. I'm going to take responsibility for these people. I'm going to take responsibility for those people. I'm going to take responsibility for this event in the world. I'm going to take responsibility for those animals, whatever cause, whatever you want. Much is given, much is required. With a huge gift that you've been given of health and mobility and intelligence and the rest of it, with that huge gift comes a huge responsibility. A man who takes his huge gift and squanders it is a man who has disgraced, disrespected the gift he's been given. I can't respect a man like that. But I do respect a man who does everything he can to give back to others. So, to conclude this video, take massive responsibility of other people, because that is another part that will build you up to be a real strong man. Peace.